Alright, so if you've watched any one of my videos before, you know what's going on here. So I like to just write songs and record the whole process. So I'm not going like super elaborate into what I do like on the DAW and everything, so it's not like really technical. But I just kind of like come up with the music and put it down and basically improvise the whole thing and see what happens. So just to get into my DAW a little bit, I do just have a template open, and I have a couple instances of Bias Amp 2 opened up that I use for my guitar sounds. I just kind of like to use that instead of like miking up a cab or something like that because it's just more quick and efficient. I'm writing a lot of songs, so I do like stuff for these videos, and I do stock music and all kinds of stuff, so I just need to kind of have like a really like tidy, neat, and efficient workflow. But yeah, just have like 6 guitar tracks, and then I have a guitar solo track, I have a bass track open, and they all have Bias Amp 2. The guitars all just kind of like slightly different models, and I just kind of tweak them to taste for what I need, but just kind of like the general gist of what I like to play, because I kind of just like stick to one genre really, which is basically just like I don't know, just like pop rock, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, the bass guitar has, like I said, Bias Amp 2. I also have a compressor on that one just to kind of like when I'm finger picking, just to keep like any of the pops down. And then I use electronic drums to record. I have a acoustic drum room, but I can't really go down there myself and then hit record on the computer at the same time because it's just not practical. Kind of sucks because I have like a super nice acoustically treated drum room, but can't really use it myself. But what are you gonna do? So when people come here to record and they set up their drum set, I'm more than happy to mic them up and we do it that way. But for myself, I just have a homemade kit that I took the shells of an acoustic drum set, put mesh heads on, literally taped Intec triggers onto. I run it into my Yamaha DTX module, that runs into my interface and then into my computer. When I'm first triggering just to monitor, I have like some stock monitoring sounds that I use just because it's easier on the computer. And then after the fact, when I'm like mixing the song down, I load Superior Drummer 3 on, and I have a couple presets that I have made up for myself and I just really like, so that's what I use. That's pretty much it. So I'm just gonna start recording the guitar. I'm gonna come up with a riff like literally right now, so I just kind of stick to like super easy stuff, and then just gonna set the tempo and then start going. I usually record a left and a right guitar track that are just the main guitars, and then I do any overdubs that I feel like it needs. Then I'll do the bass track after that. Sometimes I do the solo first. Then I'll track the drums, and then afterwards I'll come in and write the vocals, which sometimes I do this the same day, probably not today because it's like already late. Not late, but by the time I get to the vocals it will be, so I'll probably like go in and stop for the day. But let's get started. So I'm gonna just come up with the riff right now. Let's check my tuning. Close enough. Okay. Okay, I like that. That could be a verse riff. Okay, that's a good chorus riff, or maybe just a pre-chorus. Let me see. Okay, and then do that. Back to the verse. Okay, I got a song. So I usually just take a verse and a chorus, like an A and a B section, and then I repeat it 3 times. I'll put the guitar solo in the third A section. Done. That's how I write my songs. It probably seems uncreative or like a little uninspired, but it's actually like super efficient way to write a lot of songs like I'm doing. I mean, to be honest, that's how most songs are structured, you know, it just makes sense. So I gotta figure out the tempo. I'm gonna guess 145. A little slow. 150. Okay, so now I have the tempo. Now I'm just going to record it. So if you have headphones on, you probably already noticed, but this is on the left side, so I'm just going to be tracking the left side guitar right now. I have a drum loop that's going through, and I kind of use that as my metronome instead of just like a regular clicking metronome because that drives me crazy. And then, yeah, when I play the drum part, then I'm going to be replacing that, so, you know. All right, so I got the left side down. Now I'm going to do the right side. Trying not to screw it up. So I don't know if anyone noticed in my last video, but I actually, like I always put these all together in multiple screens at the end. So like you'll see like a bunch of different guitar parts going and some vocals, the drum part, the bass part all together. And I take the final mix and I put it over top of the whole thing. So barely noticed because there's so many things going on, but I accidentally took one of the takes where I messed up the verse. I got like all the way through the first verse, chorus, and then the solo part, and I like screwed it up. And then I accidentally put that take in, so I just like stop, swear a couple times probably. None. I just like stopped, and then instead I was going to restart the track and then started playing it again, and yeah, it looks really bad. But it's on one little tiny screen, and most people probably don't even notice because like so much is going on, and it happens like right during the solo. Oh well, what can you do? All right, right side done. I didn't make any mistakes, so hopefully I can actually get the video correct at the end of this. Yeah, like I said, I just like messed up and accidentally took the wrong take and then it like screwed up in the middle. So no one's gonna notice because there's like 5 other guitars and a guitar solo going on. Well, someone's gonna notice, but you know, what are you gonna do? Anyway, so now I'm gonna figure out if I'm gonna do some overdubs. Yeah, so the overdubs are actually kind of like what I like to do to make the song sound interesting, because I'm kind of keeping these really simple, but like when you're doing something over like, you know, 3 or 4 chords, the overdubs are what can actually like really make the song, because the way you harmonize the chords and do little like lead parts and whatnot, that's what makes it sound like different than other songs that are obviously using the same chords and whatnot. Just have to figure out little things and just make it happen. So this song is in E major, so I'm probably gonna, and I'm just doing, what was I doing? I wonder if I could do like thirds with octaves. That's like one of my favorite things. It's like my go-to thing. And then I could just go to the G sharp. You know what? I don't like that. Maybe I'll leave the verse alone. Maybe I'll actually just turn my volume down. Just double that, and then when I come into this, I'll do... Okay, let me try something. So over the chorus, I'll just do like the fifths there. And that one's technically a third over the E major, G sharp over the E major. I'm just doing octaves. And then back to F sharp, which is just going to be the well, I'm doing an F sharp chord down there, so. So that's a really simple one. Let's just do it. So I'm going to just do exactly what I was doing for the verse and then go into the octave harmony thingies. Technical term. All right, so there we go. Nice little harmony part. I'm going to tune up quick. usually leave this guitar sitting in the couch, like in my house. It's so portable that I'll take it in there and I'll use this like to practice scales or something while I'm watching TV. It stays in tune really well, except that when I take it outside right now, because it is like really, really cold out, it just kind of like gets cold on the way up in here, and then it's a different temperature up here than in the house, so then it just kind of gets a little weird. Once I get it set, it'll be fine. Now for the right side, turn off the tuner. That usually helps. All right, so I'm going to do a different harmony on this side. So the other one I was doing fifths, this one I'm going to do thirds and octaves. So over the A major, I'll be doing C sharp. Jump up to the D sharp, then the E, over top of the E chord, E major chord, and then F sharp over the F sharp chord. So it just really thickens it up and makes the chords sound kind of, just nice. In the verse, I'm just going to do the exact same thing again. I'm just like, instead of palm muting, I'm just kind of like strumming it, and I have the volume set at like, right above like 1. So it's just kind of like that, and it just kind of like gives a little more sustain underneath the palm muted things. All right, let's do it. All right, so now we got the right side harmony parts done. All right, I'm gonna do like maybe a little lead part. Ooh, actually, that might be cool for the chorus. Do something like that. Try that. All right, so I got that one done. Now I'm gonna come up with like something to do for the other side. I'm just gonna do stuff. We'll see. Thanks to my ridiculous attention to detail, I recorded that on the same track as the last one, so I'm going to have to separate that. I think I can save it, though. Yeah, there we go. I just copied the tape, or I copied the whole thing to the other track and then just set one to take one and the other one to take two, so that works. I'm dumb sometimes, but it ended up okay. Alright, so it looks like 62. Didn't make sure the solo starts at, so I need to make sure I'm on the correct track this time. Do it actually in E major, which is the key to songs in. I'm just gonna improvise some stuff and kind of like see if I come up with many cool ideas. Let's record and see what happens. Yeah, it's good. I have little, like, mistakes in there, but I don't really care because I think it makes it sound good because it's, like, a little more authentic. So I'm not really a big fan of, like, cutting and splicing and, like, time shifting and all that kind of stuff. I just like to, like, record as I'm playing, and if I, like, have a little mess up, I don't really give a crap. Once you're kind of, like, you compile it all together, it usually sounds really good that way. As long as it's not too far off. If my guitar is, like, way out of tune or I just destroy, like, the chord progression and forget what I'm playing, that's another story. But if I just have a little thing where I'd, like, nick a string or do something like that, I leave it in. Okay, bass guitar. That's what it sounds like when you run it through the guitar solo track. Neat. All right, so looks like everything's in the shot. All right, I'm gonna do like a ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Hit record. Let's just go. Okay, so the drums are done. Shut up, click track. Yeah, the drums are done, and yeah, I'll do vocals tomorrow like usual. So, okay. Awesome. See you then. Okay, so it's the next day. I'm out here to record some vocals. Before I turned the camera on, I just kind of like came up with a chorus idea as I was like playing the song back. So I just like quick recorded it, just like a little like scratch track. So I have that on there, and I'm going to like have to like actually write some words and whatnot. So yeah, so this will be the chorus. Waiting on the line and I won't be coming back again. All those other times. Something like that. I just kind of like made up words as I sang it, so I might actually use them. It sounds okay. And then I have a verse, which sounds like this. There's no actual words there. I'm just mumbling. So yeah, let me just like write some words, and then I'm gonna start practicing it, and then actually record it. Leave a message at the people, let it all go. Text me if you have a chance, I'll probably let it go, man. Okay, so I have the lyrics written. I'm gonna do a scratch track or two with the lyrics on it, and then I'm gonna like just kind of like practice it because I'm gonna fumble on these lyrics a little bit as I try and sing through it. I kind of have it so the verse and the chorus overlap a little, so I'm gonna have to do them like separately, so I can't like sing it all the way through. Pretty easy song to sing. It's pretty low in my range, so yeah, let's just try this. You can reach out to me anytime you need, any day of your night. I'm here as you never once thought I'd see how close you are to me. I've gone no way. You still All right, first verse done, I think. Let me listen back. I just realized I never changed the drums over to Superior Drummer. I was like, why do those cymbals sound so bad? That's why I didn't change it. So I'll do it after the vocals, doesn't matter. Second verse, do a practice run here. So like I did the first two lines are different and the last two are the same. Let's just give it a shot. All right, I think it sounds good. It's kind of quiet right now, so if you're wondering why it's so quiet, I like to leave myself a lot of headroom, and also I'm going to compress the crap out of this. I do like a fast attack, slow release, 4-to-1 ratio. Not really a soft knee, just like, you know, kind of bump it up there a little bit. I have like this little overdrive setting that I like to put on that's available in the compressor. I'm just using the Logic stock compressor. I'm not going to put it on now because I just like to do the vocals completely dry and then put the stuff on afterwards. But mostly when I process the vocals, all it is just I put that compressor on first. Then I put an EQ that chops the highs and the lows off. And then I put a stereo reverb. All of these are stock plugins. The reverb is just Chromaverb, I believe. I'm not even sure what the compressor I'm using in Logic is. I just know it's the one with the black user interface, if that helps. Because there's like a blue one, a red one, and yeah, they all model different things, but I use the one that's like, it's the black metal looking one. Also, I usually, now that I'm talking about it, I also usually do like a double and then a triple over the chorus parts. And I mention this every single video, but I do the main one up the center, and then I'll do the doubles, and they're gonna get panned left and right, and they get turned down like 10 dB depending on the song. Between like 8 and 10, it's usually 10. Sometimes like if I do one of the dubs a little better than I did the original chorus part, I'll like swap it out or something. But yeah, I just kind of do that, and I don't like, you know, do any tuning or anything like that, because I like to like just line the best one up the middle, and then I take the two, put them to the sides, and like the little inconsistencies and stuff kind of like just like make it sound bigger than it is. That's what I like to do. That's how I like to do the vocals. Let's get back to this, and I'll record the This is gonna be good. There's a lot of words, and I can't even say words in a sentence right now. But I'm gonna do the chorus part. By the way, if you're wondering what this song is actually written about, it's about playing phone tag. I just like, the thought occurred to me, and I just like wrote lyrics like that because when I was just like improvising for my like first scratch track, I said something and it just kind of like triggered that, and I was like, oh yeah, I could write it about that. So it's just randomly about playing phone tag with someone. My songs are always about something stupid like that. Still waiting on the line in a room, back again. All those other times and I could have called a better. Leave a message at the beat and let it all just go insane. Text me if you have a chance, probably let it go back. Just leave me alone. Times have changed. Okay, I think I got it. Need a little bit of water. The second chorus is longer, but I don't actually say any more words. I just like have a extra line at the end, and it's easy in theory, so I just have to do what I just did for the first chorus. Once I get through that, I should be good. Still waiting on the line and I won't call back again. All those other times that I could have called better. Leave a message out to people and I'll just go and say, text me if you have a chance, I'll probably let it go red. Leave me alone right now. I'm indisposed somehow. All right, I think I got it. Okay, so last chorus. It's the same as the second chorus. I muted the solo so it doesn't like throw me off when I start. Like, it won't throw off my timing or my pitch, but what it'll do is make my brain go, ooh, guitar, and I'll just blank. So I guess it'll throw off everything. All right, let's try this. Waited on all those other times and I could have leave a message at the people that it unspoken. Text me if you have a chance, I'll probably let it go red. Just leave me alone right now. I'm indisposed somehow. All right, that's the last chorus. Now, as I said, I'm going to double these. It's going to sound a little like butt because I'm not going to pan them or do anything like turn them off the center. I just kind of want to like hear them at the exact same volume up the center at first. Because like if they're like sound really ear piercing, then I know I'm like, you know, off too far. But if it's just kind of like that washy, phasey sound, then I'm like, you know, good. Because that's where I want it to be, because then when I pan them to the sides, it just elevates the whole thing. And as I said, if you're going to do that, don't tune it, because I'm, you know, like it's going to defeat the purpose of having that, like, you know, it's in the chorus, but it's called, the effect is called chorusing, so like they're just like slightly off from each other. This one is like at an A, but it's not, but like A440, like one will be like, you know, 438 and the other one will be like 442, just like slightly off, and it kind of like makes a cool sound, so you get the idea. I'm gonna shut up and record. Still waiting on the line and I won't be coming back again. All those other times and I could have called a better friend. Leave a message at still waiting on the line and I won't be coming back again. All those other times and I could have called a better friend. Leave a message at still waiting on the line and I won't be coming back again. All those other times and I could have called a better friend. Leave a message at the people, let it all just go and say. Still waiting on the line and I won't be calling back again. All those other times and I could Okay, so that's all of the main vocal parts done. Okay, I'm just gonna like see if I can do like a harmony here.
Waiting on the line and I won't be coming back again. All those other times and I could have called a better friend. Leave a message at the people, let it all just go instead. Text me if you have a chance, I'll probably let it go red. It's still clean. Waiting on the line and I won't be coming back again. All those other times and I could have called a better friend. Waiting on the line and I won't be coming back again. All those other times and I could have called a better friend.
All right, and here it is with the compressor EQ and verb on it. Now, keep in mind, I got to change the drums yet, and I got to kind of like make sure these are at the exact right levels. But this is just like preliminary, just to kind of show you.
Waiting on the line and I won't be calling back again. All those other times and I could have called a better friend. Leave a message at the people, let it all just go.
So yeah, this is the compressor. It's just the black paneled one. It's the Studio FET. Now that I have it open, I can read that. So then I have the EQ up, which is cutting the lows and highs off. It's just flat other than that. And then chroma verb, I just kind of have like a little bit scooped out of the mids, but it's a stereo reverb and it just kind of like has a nice spread to it, like it said. So it just glues the vocals together, and now you get this.
Text me if you have a chance, I'll probably let it go red.
Swishy cymbals really suck. I gotta change that. But yeah, here you go.
All those other times and I could have called a better friend. Leave a message at the people, let it all just go instead.
So you can hear the vocals sound really good all of a sudden, like just, you know, once you do that, you pan it a little bit, turn it down, and then turn the harmony down a little bit, and then compression, reverb, sound awesome. So I'm gonna switch over to Superior Drummer 3. I'm not gonna bore you with that because that's just letting that thing load, and then I gotta freeze the track so it doesn't like destroy my computer because this thing is old. And then, yeah, then I'll bounce the song down. I'm gonna put the all the video of me playing all the different parts together. That way you can see, it'll look like, you know, I'm like band playing the whole song. So you'll just see me like guitar, 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 bass, drums, and vocals, and maybe the harmony part. Depends what I can fit in there, but I usually try and get the relevant parts in there at least. So yeah, watch that. That'll be on in 2 seconds. But that's how I create a song, so I hope you enjoyed the video. It's just like fun for you to make these. I can kind of do it like simultaneously as I'm recording the song, so it doesn't really take that much effort other than the editing part. Putting the whole thing in multiple screens is actually the biggest pain in the ass, because that's like, that's a little bit of a process. Just kind of like finding the clips and like getting them lined up exactly with the audio. And actually my last video kind of screwed it up a little bit, but hopefully no one will notice it, because like the one guitar, it was like the one like overdub guitar, I just like got the wrong take, and didn't look too bad, but someone's probably gonna notice and be like, hey, that's off. Okay, so yeah, here we go. Enjoy that. So you can listen to the full song, like the final version at the end, and that'll be it. I also have a whole lot of links to my original albums that's in the description. So if you're interested in a bunch of my other original music, you can see all that if you just click the description, go into any one of those links. I kind of got it organized so it's like iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, and whatever the heck else. I got a whole lot of albums out, and I think there's actually even more, you know, that you can probably find that I just have up. I just don't even have all of it in the description because it's like a ridiculous amount. I got like 6 or 7 like full-length albums out right now since last year, so I just kind of like write a lot of songs. But like I said, if you're interested, check it out, and you can just like find me on Spotify. It's just my same name as my YouTube channel, and you know, you can listen that way, just stream it. Cool. I'm also on YouTube, so you'll see those links too. But yeah, I have a second YouTube music channel. It's just my name again, and you can find all my stuff there, and just watch the videos, which is just like, you know, says the name of the song in it, whatnot, and then plays the music. But you know, okay, I'll shut up now. See you later.